Alright, what's up internet? In today's video I'm going to talk about the elusive Korean backdashing on the one player side, and in tomorrow's video I'm going to talk about it on the two player side. So there are two methods of doing the Korean backdash. First of all, I have made two movement tutorials in the past, and I will link those in the description of this video, and those cover more of what the purpose of the different movement types in the game are, and why you would use Korean backdash and stuff like that. But in those videos I did not talk too much about how you do it. So in this video I want to explain to you guys how it's done. There are two types, at least in my opinion, there are two ways to do Korean backdash. There is the correct, or at least the version that works with every character in the game, including backsway characters, which is, let me clear the command history, it's back back, and then down back, and then neutral, and then back again. So it's this triangular shape between back, down back, and neutral. Now let me change the camera over so you guys can see my hands. Normally I rest the Japanese ball top right in this area of my hand, and if you were using a backsway character, the method you would have to use is back back, down back, and then neutral. You use your thumb to hold back, then you slide it to down back with your index finger, and then neutral, and you kind of have to do this dance. That's how you do it. Now if I switch back to the in-game footage, you can see that this is what you would have to do with backsway characters, because if you hit down, you'll, like I just did right there, you'll end up with a backsway, and that is absolutely unsafe, especially when you don't want it. So like I said earlier, if you're playing a backsway character, you have to use this method, and unfortunately it is more difficult. I mean, I don't play very many backsway characters, but this is, for me, it's very difficult to do this, and that brings me to my preferred method, which only works with characters that do not have a backsway. So with the backsway method, the key is to not hit down, because if you hit down, you're going to end up with a quarter circle back, and that's going to give you a backsway. But with characters without a backsway, you can hit down as much as you want. Nobody gives a shit about down because it doesn't matter. So you can just make sure that you're going to hold back as long as possible, and otherwise you can just do quarter circle backs in between your back inputs. And let me show you my hands again. So with my preferred method, and again it only works with characters who do not have a backsway, you use your thumb to hit back, and your index, similarly to the other method except much more sloppy, does a quarter circle back. Now when you do that, you're holding back with your index, and when you release it, your thumb should already be moving it back to forward. I'm sorry, back to the back position. So what it'll look like kind of in slow motion is that, because you're trying to consolidate all these motions into a smooth, like circular type of thing between these two fingers. These two fingers are your homies. These are the ones that you got to focus on when you're trying to work on backdashing in this game. So if I move it back to the in-game, you can see that no matter how sloppy I am, as long as I'm holding that back, I'm going to be backdashing and blocking at the same time. And the only time I'm vulnerable is during the mini cancel, which is potentially as small as 2 frames, which is the down and the down back during my backdash cancel. Now, like I said, this is the method I prefer because I don't play any backsway characters. But ironically, on the two-player side, which I will get into tomorrow, I use the backsway method. And the reason for that is because if you use the quarter circle forward method, you're using your whole arm to do this this backdash, and when you do that, you're going to get tired, your wrist is going to get tired, and you're not going to be able to play for very long. So on the two-player side, I use the backsway method, but on the one-player side, I highly recommend that if you don't use a backsway character, you can get as sloppy as you want with those down inputs, and just, you know, using the down back method is better because of it has less vulnerable frames as well. But the good thing is, even if you hit down, it's not that big of a deal. That's my point. So hopefully you guys learned a thing or two about backdash canceling. Please make sure you check out the other videos I've put out regarding movement, because they do explain a lot about, you know, what the deal is with backdashing. Because I'm sure some of you are thinking, like, you know, who gives a shit, he's just moving around. But it is very, very important in this game, and I highly recommend everyone practices up, because it's really important. Anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in. Please make sure you rate, subscribe, and comment, and I will definitely catch you tomorrow. Take it easy.